Hello YouTube fans, here again. And as today is today being Valentine's Day, I remember doing this one last time, that being My Bloody Valentines. Say it again, My Bloody Valentines. So in 1981, what can I say? It's a dud 'un. This was the era when they was making a lot of blood and gore slasher films. This had to be one of the most violent this. The most violent this. And the reason why I say that was because in 1981, as we all know, was a good day for slasher films. Think about it. You had The Burning, you had Friday the 13th Part 2, you had Halloween 2, and this was one of them. Like I said, without repeating myself, this had to be the violentest, and it took them days, and I mean bladding days, until we actually got to have the luxury of seeing this in its total uncut form. Say it again, its uncut form. Because as we all know, the MPA being bored of censor shit, and censor shit, and I'm calling them that, was because they censored and they cut this movie to pieces. I say it again, they cut this bloody movie to pieces. But happy to say we have had the luxury of seeing it in its total and uncut form now. The only thing is, and the only issue is, you can tell which bits was cut because there's a bit in the film, it's hard to say unless you see it, but again, don't want to get in trouble for copyright. There's bits in it where when it gets to a really good do-some bit, the film fades a little bit here and there, but I don't know. I sort of like that because I think it gives it sort of like an old stew feel and it sort of gives it an old stew charm to it. So I sort of like the bits where it's faded. It kind of goes with the film. So it starts off, it's in a mining thing, where they have miners. You've got these two people with mining things on. You've got this really tasty looking dough, nice, whatever. And the dad's about to touch it. He sees a tattoo on her breast and he pushes her down. And that's when you see the word My Bloody Valentines. It's one of the cut scenes in it because you see, I think on the cut one, you just see her streaming, but on the uncut one, it goes through the breast and you've got the idea that it kills her. Bit of good blood and gore scene there. And you've got these people, they work on a mining thing, where they dig for stuff, and it's like an old miner's place, really cheap, really good. I think right, I could be right and wrong. I think it was shot in a real mining place. And you've got one lad in it, a bit like most slasher films. You've got a do, she's with another guy, and it's near the time of Valentine's Day. Obviously, otherwise, blue film would go My Bloody Valentines. And you've got this old killer what was put away years and years ago, right? Called Harry. Long but old, you got one cop on, they find the art, which I always had the idea it was off that dirt, the one that they did, And they find the art, and that's when they realise to do some murder is happening again. You've got one woman, and this is really one of the most violent bits in it. You've got this one woman, you've got the guy, the welding master on, he's called Harry the Killer, and he's chasing after her, and he drags her by her hair, and drags it in. Have you ever seen the original theatrical trailer and the TV spots back in that day? You probably see it where you get a woman and she gets her hair dragged in. Really good thing. But you don't see her get killed, but you do see the aftershots, again, cut down originally, but in its uncut form, you have to look so you're seeing it. So you got the bob bit, and he sees the body of this poor woman, all burnt up. In the uncut one, you see it a lot more, really gruesome. But it is a good few gruesome deaths, but the best death of all is one day, right, they're making out, and Harry the killer, you think is the killer, gets this poor girl, drags her by the face, slams her head in this bloody hook, really good gruesome scene, blood squirting out everywhere. Oh, it's just beautiful. And again, that said, it was never seen originally. To see that in its uncut form, I think it does give it a lot more of an impact. And that's what I love about this film. I've been seeing it now, at last, My Bloody Valentines, back in 1981. Seeing it in its total uncut form, definitely gives it an impact. When it gets to the death scenes, an impact. Seeing where a lad gets his face slammed in boiling water, again, wasn't seen originally, but an uncut version. You see his face go in the boiling water. You see the aftershots all mistled up. Beautiful, just beautiful. So that's what I like about it. With all the gruesome death scenes, does give the film a bladding good impact. So you've got the lad, and the lad finds out he's got with his girlfriend. They're having a fight. The lad goes into do one, and so on. But to go down the mining seg, you've got Harry the think is to kill her. That's where you get the twist ending, because he's trying to chase some, he's going after him with the hook. But then you find out that's not the chase. You find out, because halfway through it, you think the lad, right, who was with the other dude, and the dude got back with her ex-boyfriend. You find out that you think he gets killed halfway through the film because he falls in water. Well, you think he does. Long behold, he's only hits right, and they take the mask off, and you find it's that lad. And there's another twist to it. Harry the killer died a couple of days ago, and he was a copycat killer. What set him off was he saw Harry kill his dad, because all it was all about was Harry used to work on the mines, right? And it's near Valentine's Day. They were supposed to protect the mines, and they said, "Oh, balls to all that," and they went to a Valentine's Day party. Long behold, the mine scene, the thingy mine blew up. All the miners was buried alive, all of them were dead, all except Ferrari, but sent him round the bend, and he got his revenge. He went around killing everybody because of what happened to him. But he died, and he killed this young lad's father. And it sent him round the bend, and he thought he was Harry. And near Valentine's Day, he was killing everyone that was a woman. And basically everyone who's innocent near Valentine's Day. But because of that, the thing falls on him, he gets buried. He got an hand, and the girl's about to save what was her ex-boyfriend, and the hand comes off. But it does in the uncut one, that's not the case. You see him actually cutting his own hand off. Really do some scene. He runs off, he says, happy Valentine's Day, I'm going to come back, I'm going to fucking come back and kill you all. And then it ends. But I do love the theme tune in it. I always remember the theme tune having a really, really cheapy theme tune at the end. But again, without repeating myself, I do think that the uncut version of My Bloody Valentine's, in 1981, does have an impact, and it definitely does have an impact. The blood, the door, it's just beautiful. I did it before, and I've got to admit, it's one of my favourite slasher films. I mean, I saw it the first time, and it was, but I must have saw the boring censored one. Seeing it now in its total uncut form does have an impact. The kills have an impact. Again, in 1981, it was a good era for slasher films. You know, you had the Prowler, you had the Burning, so we'll go on. And this was one of them. It had to be one of the most finest out of the slasher films. And again, like I keep repeating myself, it was heavily cut. And it's only now, over the years, we've had the looks at it, I've now seen it in its total and uncut form. And that's what I love about My Bloody Valentine's. It doesn't ask about now in its uncut form. It's definitely Dora, it's definitely fine, and it's definitely that era before movies went PC pussified. I do know in the later years they made a remake, had 3D gimmicks, but in my eyes, this one has to be a classic. You know, it's definitely that era when movies wasn't PC friendly, and it's not supposed to be PC friendly. It's definitely one I always watch. I've been watching it tonight, My Bloody Valentine's. I do remember reviewing it before, and it's a dudden. You know what I mean? It's a dudden. What I was going to say about My Bloody Valentine's Day. It's some, has a good twist to it, has characters, you know, down-to-earth characters. You like them, you feel sad when they get killed, but you love the death scenes, especially now in its uncut form. So again, My Bloody Valentine's Day, in 81. It's a dudden. If you want to see more movies, more movie reviews, press that button or sub to me, and I'll be doing some more on the way into them. Be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later.